everybody. This is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Korner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, and this is episode number 66. As I say every week, we're getting up in episodes, so I appreciate everybody that's watched any of the episodes on my YouTube channel. I always have to start by saying if you're watching this and you're a real estate agent or a vendor and you want to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com, and we'll see about getting you on the podcast. And I can't do the podcast if it wasn't for my support staff, Jennifer Smitis, the division president here in Houston, Caitlin Kornick, Devin, the escrow officers in Sugar Land, and now the newly joined Kate Cannon is our newest escrow officer in the Richmond office. So along with them and our assistants and processors and everybody that works with us, couldn't do this without you guys, so thank you. So let's get started with episode number 66. I have two guests today. I have a real estate agent and a vendor. The agent's first-timer. The vendor's not a first-timer, but the person that's here from there is a first-timer. So let's get started. So the guy
Sounds good.
Sitting next to me that's dressed better than I am is his name's Jeff Dodson.
Didn't mean to stage you up, Kevin.
Hey, every week I get staged up, so it's okay. He's from Realty Lifestyles. Jeff is a real estate agent, an experienced real estate agent that has been frequenting my office for at least as long as I've been here.
Mm-hmm.
Does work with us. He's a real good client of ours. He's also sought me out for marketing help. We basically talked about a lot of stuff. So, Jeff, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hi, I'm Jeff Dodson. Like Kevin said, I've been in real estate since 2007. Best real estate year of my life in 2007. Everybody knows if you're in the business what happened for the few years after that. It was a difficult time. But since then, I've enjoyed some pretty decent success. I enjoy the independent broker lifestyle, and that's working out real well for us.
So you said 2007 is when you started. What were you doing before then?
I was an entrepreneur. I spent 21 years at United Parcel Service in management, and I left UPS soon after 9/11. 9/11, about June of that year, and I've never worked for anybody since. My primary resource and incomes in that gap from 2001 to 2007 was affiliate marketing. I did a lot of marketing online, all of it natural Google search, and made a pretty good living. Unfortunately, Google got smarter in how they ranked websites. It became harder and harder and harder to get ranked. And so I began looking for real estate agents that I could market for similarly. And I couldn't find anybody that was interested, but then finally found one and began marketing for him. A couple of years later, after a lot of convincing, because I did not want to be a real estate agent, they convinced me to get my license, and I'm glad that I went that direction.
Yeah. So 2007, so you've been an agent for quite a while. What do you like about the real estate industry?
It's an exciting time for a buyer and a seller.
Now?
At any time, anytime somebody is buying a home, for example, it's a high point of their life.
Yeah,
and I get to experience that with them.
It's the biggest investment they'll ever make.
Absolutely.
Usually.
Yeah, it sure is. And so I enjoy working with people, and that's, it still provides me with the independence that I want. Like I said, I don't have to punch a clock, and so I value my time. I've got grandkids now; they're important, so I get to spend a lot of time with them. I don't have to be at a 9 to 5, so awesome. I like the flexibility.
What if someone was to ask you what your specialty is? What kind of agent are you? What do you like to do more?
I've done really well with first-time buyers. I've done a lot of those in my career, because I'm very detail-oriented. I'm an engineer in my past life.
So you're a strong C on the disc profile scale.
Yeah, I missed that class, Kevin, but that's what I've been told. But I'm just a very detailed person, and I think my clients appreciate that, the level of detail that I can provide, and they don't walk through the valley of lonesomeness when they're working with me.
So would you say being detail oriented is what makes you different than everybody else?
I'd say it's an attribute that does help me stand out.
So what happens? How do you handle someone that comes to you that is a first-time buyer that may not be somebody that you can plug right into a home yet? They might need have a credit issues, or might need down payment assistance or something like that. How do you handle that?
Well, fortunately, Kevin, I've got a lot of people in my network like you that's able to help me with those kind of situations. Lenders, for example, title companies, what have you. I have experts that are outside my expertise that I can plug them into. I don't pretend to be able to do all those things. I just know that I surround myself with experts that can handle those situations.
Nice. So what do you think about the market today?
There's a lot of dynamics going on in the market today, from two fronts, from the licensing standpoint and agents and the market itself. And there's a lot of discussion in the industry about what's happened with the lawsuits that's come down and the changes. But honestly, I don't think there's a material change that is worth all of the hype that's been going on.
I agree with you.
And so it's always been negotiable. It always will be negotiable. So I don't fall into the sky is falling camp.
You have to adjust your business a little bit. That's all you have to do.
And then as far as from the market perspective, interest rates are supposedly a little high, but my goodness, where we are now is still a relatively low point in the history of interest rates. Mm-hmm. And we're spoiled coming from the high twos and threes. That's just not realistic all of the time. So we're not in a bad place.
Guess where I was at when I bought the house I'm still living in 2004?
Maybe 11, 12%.
Exactly. Yeah, I was at 12.6%, in 2004. Now I'm at 3.5%, and I ain't going anywhere. Yeah. But the point is you're right. People are, they're complaining about interest rates when 20 years ago, they wouldn't even be thinking about buying a house if they were worried about it like that.
And that's impacted the market a little bit, Kevin. I mean, you just said yourself you're not going anywhere. Yeah. We have a greater number of owners of real estate that are in that sweet spot, and while where we are at now is higher than it was then, they don't have to move, so they're not going to.
Right.
So they're not moving up like they used to, and so.
Well, they can't move up because even though interest rates are where they're at, home values have also skyrocketed.
Yeah, yes, they have.
So, I mean, it's a double whammy. And then what else has also gone up? Insurance.
Oh, that's right.
And I mean, insurance is ridiculous now.
I just helped a client with a $750,000 purchase. They found a policy that was in the $8,000 range, but they got quotes for as much as $16,000 in a year for homeowners insurance. It wasn't a gigantic house, but it was out in the country. The fire departments were volunteer. They did have fire plugs on the street, but there was situations that and the roof was older than 5 years old. Believe it or not, they're getting
to be sticklers about the roof now.
Absolutely.
My roof is 7 years old, and I'm afraid I'm going to eventually get a letter going because they say that insurance companies are going to start selling separate policies just for the roof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to start excluding things. Our roof is nearing 10 years old. I know one of these renewals soon, I'm going to get the letter.
And there's nothing wrong with your roof.
No.
It's just 10
perfectly
years old.
fine.
Yeah. It's a 25 or 30-year roof, but they won't want you to replace it.
Yep.
Some people are conspiracy theorists, and they say, well, it's not because they don't want to insure it, it's because they want to prop up the roofing industry.
That's right. Yeah. All right.
That's
the point.
That's why they don't fill the potholes in downtown Houston, because they want to keep the auto repair shops in business. So let's shift gears a little bit because this is marketing, real estate from a marketing perspective. talk about, over the years you've been an agent, how have you marketed your business? How have you gotten leads?
So over the course of my career, I'd say the majority of the business that I've had along the way has been referrals, and just face-to-face conversations. Now, I'm pivoting a little bit now because I want to move towards an emphasis on listing clients, and so I'm entering new niches that I think will reflect that as I market for those, and I'll be coming into your office for assistance with that. But primarily, until now, it's been referrals.
So, because you've talked about affiliate marketing and you've talked about other things, and we've talked about other things, what are some of the things that marketing that you would like to do in the future for your business that you're not doing now? Maybe things you'd like to try?
We have realtylifestyles.com is an IDX website. It has all the listings in the MLS. And I've created 300 or 400 landing pages, all of them relevant to key phrases that I wanted to be recognized for.
Hang on. Landing page is not a website. It's a page on a website.
That's correct.
And you talk about keywords. Mm-hmm. He uses keywords, so for its search engine optimization, it gets him ranked higher on Google. These are serious marketing concepts you guys need to understand.
Right, and I've not done a very good job since I put the site up and filling the site out with content. So I've been learning prompt engineering. I'll be using AI to create Google recognized articles and help me in a very expedited fashion put content on the site to increase my recognition in the search engines.
Yeah. And then do you have social media?
I do. I've not been as active in that as I can be, but we have a YouTube channel, we have a TikTok account, we have Instagram, all of those.
Facebook, LinkedIn,
yeah.
Google My Business.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's good. If you're a real estate agent and you don't have Google My Business, do it. It's free.
One of the next things I'm going to be doing with my Google My Business page is putting a chat bot on the Google My Business page.
Good, yeah.
I want people to, when they get there, to be able to have a conversation that gets them information in a timely, right now fashion. If the conversation goes in such a way that the chatbot feels like I need to be notified, then it will come in my direction for me to pick up.
It's good you're doing that, because do you know what Google just stopped doing about a month or two ago? They took the instant messenger feature on Google My Business. They took it off.
See, I never was using that, so it wasn't on my radar.
I was using it. I used to use it almost every day for the weekend job that I have. I used to give chrome plating quotes on Google.
Right. You told me about that at lunch the other day.
But they took it away, and I'm not a happy guy because now I'm not getting any quote requests, and they have to email you now, which takes longer, but I'll fight with Google at a later date. So tell everybody what they can expect if you're out there and you're looking to buy, sell, or invest. Do you work with renters?
I do on a more limited basis, but I do.
Call them for a $300 rental. Call them for a $3,000 rental. But if you're looking to buy, sell, invest, or lease, tell everybody what they can expect if they contact you.
Sure. I've mentioned that I'm very detail oriented. I'm a very personable guy. I like working with people. But we're going to get results that you're looking for. We're going to go through an interview process where I better understand what your needs are as a buyer or a seller. And then we're going to put together a marketing plan if we're on the selling side, a buying plan if we're on the buying side that we both agreed to and we both can adhere to, and use that as I work for you.
Yeah, so you set the expectations up front and get their expectations. Guys, if you're looking for a real estate agent and you talk to one or two or however many you want to talk to, and they don't have a plan, they don't put you through a line of questions to find out what it is you're looking for, and let you know what you can expect from them. Move on to the next agent.
Agree.
Because this is a business, and they need to run it like a business. And you can't tell from his calm demeanor, but he gets the job done. He's sent me several contracts, no real issues, and everybody's happy. So if you're looking for a good real estate agent that's been around for a little while, that's got some solid experience, that will do everything he just said, Jeff Dodson is somebody you need to give a call. Tell everybody your phone number and your email address.
My email address is jeff.dodson@realtylifestyles.com, and my telephone number is 832-816-0935. You Google my name, and I'll show up in the search results too.
And they will, and you, like you said earlier, you have Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Google My Business, and YouTube.
Yep,
It's got all the 5 that I think everybody should have. So give me your phone number one more time.
832-816-0935.
Awesome. Thanks for finally being on the podcast.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm glad to be here.
He's busier than I am. So that wraps up segment number 1 of episode number 66 of Kevin's Corner. We'll be right back with segment number 2 and Mason Lee from NRL Mortgage. Be right back. Hey everybody, this is Kevin, your host for Kevin's Corner. We're back with segment number 2 of episode number 66. This gentleman sitting next to me is Mason Lee from NRL Mortgage. I have been working with Carrie Jo and variations of the loan companies that she's been working with over the last 9 years or so. She's now with NRL. You're with NRL. You, I met you because you actually, I think, work out in this area where I'm
Yes.
at.
Yep.
So before we get into it, introduce yourself to everybody.
Yeah, my name is Mason Lee, of course with NRL Mortgage. Started there right out of college from LSU in 2018. So, I started working in the corporate office right out of college. So I worked in like disclosure desk, then I worked in lock desk, project management. So I got promoted 3 times in 2 years with different positions. And that just really kind of helped me grasp, the ins and outs of the mortgage business, which led me to get my license and just thriving from there.
Well, congratulations on all that success.
Thank you.
Tell everybody who and what NRL Mortgage is.
Yeah, so we're a local company here in Houston. Of course, we have branches all around the country, but our corporate is in Houston. Luckily for me, I know the founder of the company, which helped me be, really good friends with the executives and stuff like that. But it's a family feel there. Everyone gets along. We love to do events. Like just this week, we had food trucks every single day to say thanks to our corporate workers and stuff like that. So to me, NRL is family for me, especially me starting there right out of college. A lot of them look at me like I'm their child because I was so young when I started there. So again, that family feel, it goes a long way.
And what is NRL? What do they do?
Nation's Reliable Lending. We're a straight mortgage company, residential mortgages, 1 to 4 units.
Okay. And you serve the residential market,
Yes.
resale,
Yep.
New build?
We do new build and anything that's 1 to 4 units, manufactured home, modular homes, we do it all. I'm licensed here in Texas, Louisiana, Tennessee, and Florida.
What kind of mortgage programs does NRL offer their clients?
There's not much that we don't do. There's, even, besides the FHA, conventional, VA, USDA that we're complete experts at, some niche products that we do, like bank statement loans for our self-employed buyers, DSCR for our investors, I-10 loans for people who may not be totally or have their, visa here yet. So we have a lot of niche products. So, whatever somebody's looking for, we can likely put them in the right spot.
What about hard money loans? Do you guys do that?
We can, but typically hard money I will refer out because I know people who have better processes for that. Right, with that, we're a direct lender, so we do everything in-house for the most part. That we would have to broker out. So I'd rather you just go to a hard money company, which my family is in as well. So I'll refer them out some, and just a couple other companies around the area.
You guys promote a program that I've seen when I'm at events and stuff. I can't remember.
The list and lock?
That's it.
Yep.
I wanted to say lock and load.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
knew that
That one sounds pretty cool.
yeah. Yeah. Tell everybody about that.
Yeah, the list and lock is great because, our biggest competitors are builders, right? They offer such great incentives. They can give you a fridge and appliances. Unfortunately, I don't have fridge and appliances in my office to give away. I wish I did.
Yeah.
But, the big thing that they do is they're able to offer really good interest rates, right? Like, hey, buy this home, you get a 5% rate or a 4% rate because they're able to build it into the price, right? Their lenders and everything are in-house, so they can kind of build it in there. So new build is one of our biggest competitors. I think if I lose loan to anybody, it's going to be a builder. So we kind of want to act like a builder and offer those great incentives and help sellers sell their house. So if a real estate agent, a listing agent, or a seller has a house that might be sitting for a while, we're able to get with them and partner up with no extra fee to the seller. All the seller needs to do is offer seller concessions to the buyer, to us, and we're going to lock in a low interest rate on that house. So, for example, I have a house flyer or a house sign in my truck because I got to bring it out to the house tomorrow, where we locked in a 5.125 for this house, right? They've been trying to get it sold, so we partnered up with the seller. They were wanting to offer $8,000 in seller concessions, so we locked a 5.125 interest rate. So whatever buyer comes to that house and wants to put an offer in, they're going to get that 5.125.
What if it's a cash buyer?
Cash buyer, of course,
Doesn't matter.
yeah, maybe, they'll offer the incentives in some type of way, but yeah, of course,
With
they're not
anybody
going to
come in that needs to be financed. it's gonna
correct.
get that rate.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Now, regardless of their credit and everything,
So we lock the loan at a low credit score. So we assume that the person's coming in, you're going to have a 620 credit score on an FHA loan or a 720 credit score on a conventional loan. This one's an FHA loan, so we lock it at a 620 credit score. So as long as they're in between 580 and 620, that rate's still going to be achievable. If they happen to come above 640, 660, or 680, we could even maybe get them lower than a 5.125. But we lock it at low parameters.
what if you're at 820?
820, there you go. Love to see it. Then we can switch it up to conventional. So there's options to it. You're not fully locked in at what we've locked in, but that is just to hopefully get eyes on that property.
And I'll ask you the same question I asked Jeff earlier. If someone comes to you guys and says, "Hey, I'm interested in buying a home, but I'm not sure I have the credit or the down payment or the whatever," can you help them with that?
100%. I'm never one just to tell you, no, you're not approved. Don't talk to me, right? We always want to make sure we give them the roadmap to get approved. So if if they need assets, we got down payment assistance programs we can help them with. If they need credit help, when we pull credit, we're able to see how high we can potentially get their credit scores by paying off certain debts. So we can help with credit repair. Debt to income ratio is one of the harder things, right? We can say, hey, you can maybe pay off this debt to get that debt to income ratio a little bit lower. But if they don't have many debts, you need more income. And it's not like you can just go to your job and say, hey, give me a promotion now. I'm trying to buy a house. So debt to income ratio is one of the harder things to improve, in my opinion. But no matter the situation, even if I can't get them approved now, I'm going to show them, hey, this is what you need to work on. So hopefully 6 months to a year to 2 years, you're able to be at the closing table.
Okay. Tell everybody a little bit about how NRL and or Mason markets your business.
Yeah.
Because who's your target? Who's your target market?
So I'm big on first-time buyers because I am on the younger side. So a lot of my friends are first-time buyers, and I'm somebody who really believes in education on the mortgage side because they always say buying your first home or buying a home is, like you said earlier, the biggest investment of your life. But I don't remember a class in high school teaching us about how to get a mortgage, right? So when people come in, people are nervous, they don't know what to do. So I'm really big on holding their hand and walking them through the entire process. About 70% of my business are first-time buyers. So in the past 4 years, 4.5 years, I've closed over 200 loans, about $74 million in volume. And I would say about 70% of that have been first-time buyers.
And how do you how does that first-time buyer find you? Are they going through agents, or are they
Most of the
coming-
time, it's an agent referring me, right?
Okay.
So it's just me showing the realtor, my knowledge, and again, working in the corporate side before has really just excelled me to be a top loan officer at the company. But marketing wise, social media, doing fun mortgage videos on my Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever. And that's more of to stay top of mind. Like, am I getting a lot of leads from Instagram? Every now and then I've closed a couple loans because of that, but it's more of to stay top of mind to my realtors and to family and friends. And maybe I show up on somebody's page, but to me, social media is to stay top of mind to people.
Keep your face in front of everybody.
Exactly. You don't want to be a secret agent. That's something I truly believe in. If no one knows what you're doing, I'm not someone to show off. I'm a very humble person with what I do, but in this business, you have to kind of show off what you're doing every now and then.
Well, in real estate, you have to get yourself out there.
Yep.
If you don't,
Absolutely.
then the only business you're going to have
You're just gonna
is
get
whatever
eaten up.
comes your way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, so tell everybody a little bit about what is going on with NRL and maybe coming up in the future as far as events or changes in the company that you guys are working on.
Yeah, so we're always hosting events. I'm big on partnering with realtors and investors and whatever to host events at our office. So we always have stuff going on. So every Friday, I personally send out my own market update email with some events that we got going on. A big thing that's the big talk right now are interest rates, right? Interest rates today, I think, got down to about a 6.27, I believe is where it's at today. Haven't seen that in about a year and a half, so that's great to see. So what's on everyone's minds are refinances, right? I mean, I'm getting so many calls and texts about refinances.
I love refinances.
Oh, me too. That's great for business. So that's what's on everyone's minds. We're kind of gearing up for that. I think refinances will really be hot towards the beginning of next year. I think people want to refinance now, but you don't want to rush to refinance. You want to wait for that right time, right? Wait for a couple rate cuts, and it will be the right time to refinance. Don't jump in too early.
How much farther down do you think interest rates are going to go?
I would like to see them. We're creeping toward the 5s. Do I think they'll ever get in the 2s and 3s? No, absolutely not. But will we see high 4s potentially? But I think anywhere in the low 5s is something super reasonable that I think we could see.
What do you think is going to happen? And I'm not trying to be political, but depending on who wins in November, what do you think is going to happen with the interest rates?
So I'm one to believe that the election, with interest rates, is kind of just more talk, that people are just always, every time there's an election, like, oh my gosh, rates are going to go down just to make the person in office look good or something like that. I'm not one to believe so much into that. I'm more to believe in what's actually happening to the market, jobs, inflation. So, is it a good time to start cutting rates for the person in the office? Sure. But I think the market is more telling than who's going to be going.
You don't think that the person in office has an impact?
Oh, totally. Yeah, totally. Okay. Yeah, totally want to believe that. But I'm not the most political person, but I do think it's not like as big. I think some people think rates are all connected to who might go in.
What I'm getting at is that I know a lot of people that tell me, well, we're going to wait before we make a real estate decision until after the election to find out who wins.
Right.
And for me, I get that, but I think it's stupid because no matter what happens, you can always change your situation.
100%. Yeah, I wouldn't wait till the election, because a lot of people are saying that too, right? You don't want to wait till everyone's hopping into the market, because we know that's potentially going to raise home prices.
Then you go from, we're at right now 30 to 45, 60, sometimes longer days on market to go back to like it was in COVID, where a house goes on the market and within 2 days it's already got a contract.
And you're waiting in line to be the next one.
You're mad earlier because interest rates are too high. Now you're mad because you can't get a house.
Totally. Absolutely.
So the right time, at least in my opinion, to buy real estate is when you're ready.
When you're comfortable.
And just adjust to the market.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that.
So doesn't NRL have a really big event coming up in November? Having to do
the
with
top producers?
No, having to do with the military.
Oh, okay. With that one, the one with Lewis, I believe. I'm not sure on that date, but I know Lewis, one of our loan officers, one of my coworkers. He's a vet, and he likes to throw some really good events for our military personnel.
There's an event coming up. We're a sponsor of it.
Okay.
Coming up in November. I don't remember the date either, but we're going to be doing donations and giving. We're going to actually invite a veteran to the event, and we're going to award him with a donation.
Okay.
So I thought maybe you were aware of that.
I'm not. I haven't heard too much about that, but that doesn't surprise me. We're always looking to give back. Last year we did for about 3 months in a row, we did a contest for free mortgage payments for a whole year. So we're always looking to.
Where was I?
Did you close your mortgage with NRL?
No.
So is anybody who closed, I think it was last August, September, and October, if anybody closed in those months, we did a big drawing. It was on the news and stuff like that. So those people, 3 people got free mortgage payments for a whole year.
An entire year of free mortgage payments.
Absolutely. So we like to give back, and that's a good way for us to market, get our name out there as well.
Is there anything that you'd like to let agents or the end user out there know that might watch this podcast to know about you and how you conduct your business?
Yeah, so I always like to say, I have really bad ADD and ADHD, so I don't sit around. I'm always active, always one to make sure my communication is top tier. I think if that's one thing you're going to do in this business is you need to make sure you're answering your phone and getting back to your clients, updating your realtor. So if there's anybody, any realtor who's looking for a loan officer who will answer the phone, will answer all your questions, make sure they're qualified, actually qualified from the start, knows their guidelines, and of course, besides us having really great rates that are very competitive and hard to beat, my service is top tier, and I really hold my head high to that because that's what helps me be. Right now I'm a top 10 loan officer within the whole company, youngest by far. But again, just me helping my realtors and making them look like the rock star at the end of the day is what really takes me kind of far.
Awesome. Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you if you want to hire you.
So you can give me a call, 281-435-3294. Follow me on social media, Mortgages by Mason. I always like to do fun social media content like What's the Payment Wednesdays, where I find like a random listing online and then make a video about it, about what a house payment might look like on that house. Then every Friday, I also post a video kind of like this, like with the realtor, just asking them a question, kind of spotlighting that realtor just to kind of help them show what they know. Mm-hmm. So just follow me on social media so I can stay top of mind, and please don't hesitate to reach out to give me a call if you ever just have some mortgage questions.
What about an email address? Do you have an email address for me?
No email. Don't ever email me. Mason.lee@nrlmortgage.com, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible.
Give them the phone number one more time.
281-435-3294. Give me a call, and you'll see how quick I answer that phone.
Okay, guys. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mason Lee, everybody, from NRL Mortgage. So that wraps up episode number 66 of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. Thank you very much for watching. Again, if you're a vendor or an agent in the Fort Bend County area and you want to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527. And as always, there's no way I could do the podcast if it's not for Jennifer Smitus, Caitlin Cornick, Demony Devon, Kate Cannon, the new one, almost forgot her name, and all of our support staff. So until next week, you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.